everybody, and welcome to the UAD webinar. In this webinar, I'm going to show you a UAD-2 working inside Pro Tools and tell you about some other exciting news. At AES 2010, we've made an announcement that we're really excited about, and that announcement is that Universal Audio is now an RTAS developer for Pro Tools systems. What's really unique about this announcement is that the UAD-2 will be the first third-party DSP platform to be supported in the RTAS plugin format. We'll have more announcements regarding RTAS support in 2011, so check out www.uaudio.com for more information. Now, some very exciting news from our friends at Avid at AES 2010 is the introduction of some great new products, including Pro Tools 9, Pro Tools HD 9, and a new addition to the Pro Tools HD family with Pro Tools HD Native. For current UAD-2 users using Pro Tools LE or Pro Tools M Powered, Pro Tools 9 is an upgrade that is now available and has automatic delay compensation as standard. Before Pro Tools 9, automatic delay compensation, or ADC, only existed in Pro Tools HD systems. ADC is one of the highest requested features from the LE and M Powered UAD user base. Now with Pro Tools 9, UAD users will get the same delay compensation performance that our Pro Tools HD users enjoy today. The Pro Tools HD Native PCIe card is a new HD class I/O card that gives users the functionality and low latency performance that HD users have come to expect. And since it has ADC as standard, it's going to be a perfect solution for adding a UAD-2 system. For those who don't know, UAD-2 cards come in 3 different flavors: a solo, a duo, and a quad. The difference between the 3 cards is how many Shark DSPs that are on board. The more DSP, the more simultaneous UAD plugins that you can run. These systems are compatible with Mac and Windows and support VST, RTAS, and audio units. All UAD-2 cards can run any of the plugins from the UAD Powered Plug-Ins library, which at this point has more than 50 different plugin titles from the most revered manufacturers in professional audio. UAD-2 is compatible in Pro Tools via the F-Expansion VST to RTAS adapter, which, like its name suggests, allows VST plugins to work inside of Pro Tools. And again, our AES announcement is huge news for Pro Tools compatibility, because in the future we will be able to integrate tighter with Pro Tools and make the user experience even better than it is now. So as I mentioned up front, I wanted to give you an idea of how it all works today. Let's take a look. Installing UAD plugins for Pro Tools is just like installing for VST or audio units. Just make sure that the UAD Powered Plugins for RTAS is checked in the installer, and the plugins are automatically placed into the Pro Tools Plugins folder. The authorization process is very simple. You have a base set of plugins that ship with the system, and you can buy more plugins on the UA online store. You manage your UAD-2 setup at the my.uaudio section of our website, and after you have the plugins you want, all you have to do is click Download UAD Authorizations. You drag and drop those onto the UA meter application and you're done. No challenge response and no USB keys. So here we are in Pro Tools and we're going to assign a plugin. We'll go into the Insert section of the mix window. Now if you're on a TDM system, UAD plugins are listed in the RTAS menu. If you're in Pro Tools LE or Pro Tools 9, it simply says Plugin. You'll find UAD plugins under the Wrapped Plugins category. You can also show plugins by manufacturer in the Preferences window, in which case UAD plugins will also show up under Universal Audio. So we just select the one that we want, and we're done. To help you get started, there are a ton of presets that show up under the Presets pop-up menu in the plugin header. Using the Preset Manager or the pop-up menu, you can go through and audition different sounds. A great feature on all UAD plugins is mouse scroll wheel support for adjusting plugin parameters. And it's a great way to adjust parameters quickly. So here's a typical session of mine. I do a lot of remix and electronic work, and UAD plugins are great for adding character and tone. Now this is a relatively small session. I've got about 35 UAD plugins and a handful of virtual instruments. The nice thing about UAD-2 for native users is that it doesn't use up your host resources, which allows you to add more virtual instruments and other host-based effects. In some of our benchmarks, we've loaded up sessions with literally hundreds of plugins. I'm using a ton of different processors. For EQs, I'm using the Neve 1081, the Pultec EQP1A, and the Harrison 32C. Some great compressors like the DBX160, the Teletronics LA2A, and the 1176 LN. Some of my favorite special effects include the Empirical Labs Fatso and the Roland RE201. And for reverbs, I'm using the EMT-140 and the EMT-250. To finish it off, I always use the precision limiter to even out the mix. Of course, you can go to our website and listen to audio examples of the full UAD library. So that's it for this episode of the UAD webinar. For more information, go to www.uaudio.com.